Canelo Saul Alvarez is fighting Ilunga Makabu in May, and he's also fighting Golovkin in September. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So we got some interesting news here as undisputed, well, now about to be former undisputed, because Canelo's going to vacate all the belts. Saul Alvarez says he's fighting Ilunga Makabu in Africa in May. This is pretty big to me. This is a hostile territory for Canelo Alvarez, going all the way to Africa, Congo, to take on Ilunga Makabu. We also got some things from Eddie Reynoso that Canelo Alvarez, they chose Ilunga Makabu because he is a easy opponent for Canelo Alvarez. I know it sounds crazy to my Canelo Alvarez fans on the channel, but this is coming from Eddie Reynoso. This is, let's say this is like a tune-up fight. Well, we all know this Ilunga Makabu is not good, okay? He's pure trash, okay? I try to give him some comfort. You're really not supposed to trash fighters, but I gotta say it. When I seen that Tony Bellew fight, and when Tony Bellew did a freaking backflip in the ring, he did not land clean on that, okay? I really thought the guy had knockout power. He's got knockouts, okay? I'm not gonna admit that. I will admit that, but he's he's not skilled. You know what I mean? He's just not skilled. And apologize for my cough, guys. I got a cold right now, but he's not skilled. He's very slow, and Canelo is going to knock him out within 6 rounds. And Canelo's going to be fighting him in Africa, in May. Yeah, in Africa in May, in Congo. So that's going to be a dangerous territory for Canelo Alvarez. But Canelo, I see him getting the win easy. But we also have some more interesting news as Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Well, let me say this. Eddie Reynoso also stated that since we did throw the Gennady Golovkin fight in the rear mirror, he wants to have plans to rematch Gennady Golovkin on the Cinco de Mayo day in Mexico, and in September. I think that's in September, right? Yeah. So this is huge news, and I think Canelo is going to knock him out within 6 rounds as well. Gennady Golovkin, I was never a fan of Gennady Golovkin. I always thought he was a bum. He fought nothing but straight bums through his career. Yeah, you could say he fought this guy and that guy. Who did Gennady really fought? What, Danny Jacobs, Sergey Derevyanchenko, besides from Canelo Alvarez. But Canelo Alvarez destroys him twice, okay? And now I feel like Eddie Reynoso is like, look, we got to put this guy out of his misery. I truly believe Canelo Alvarez is going to retire Gennady Golovkin. For all you bum-Lofkin fans, he suck. He's not beating Canelo Alvarez. Gennady Golovkin is the worst boxer I have ever seen. Since y'all like to trash out Devin Haney, let me trash out Triple G. Canelo stops him within 6 rounds. He's slow. He was on the verge of getting stopped towards the end against Sergey Derevyanchenko, which he arguably lost that fight, and I don't see how he even won. And now he's fighting some Yoko Murata guy. So the point of the matter is, I think Gennady Golovkin is not going to beat Murata, which he's fighting in Murata in Asia, some crap like that. I hope Murata clocks Gennady Golovkin. I hope he beats him. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the fix is in for Gennady Golovkin or something. Who knows? But they're having plans to fight Gennady Golovkin in Mexico if Gennady Golovkin is successful. So Canelo Alvarez, with the whole cruiserweight Makabu thing, he wants to be a 5-division champion. We know this. Some people argue say look, Canelo, you don't need to go back down the weight. It could affect you a lot. We don't know this. We have to see if Canelo is successful against Makabu, which I think he will be. We have to see. I don't know if Canelo is going to be affected due to the weight. So if he's going to fight Gennady Golovkin on Cinco de Mayo thing in September, right? So would this force him to go to 160? Will Gennady be like, look, you got to go down 160. I'm not going to 168. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Canelo Alvarez, look, Canelo will be like, you haven't said nothing. You haven't done nothing in the past few years ever since you lost to me. He arguably lost basically twice to Canelo, so they gave him a draw. But, I don't know, guys. I think they're going to fight at 168. I think Canelo's going to go from cruiserweight back down to 168 or 175. I don't know, personally. This is up to for you guys to think about it. So, Canelo Alvarez could be fighting Makabu in May and Gennady Golovkin in September. But guys, we don't know the situation with the thing. This is what's concerning me, guys. The weight fluctuation, okay? I'm going to break this down. Shout out to Veronica Perez. Had an interesting conversation. Shout out to you. We had an interesting conversation about the Roy Jones Jr. situation, okay? Roy Jones Jr. was a super middleweight. He was unbeatable at super middleweight at that time. Then I think he jumped all the way up to heavyweight to take on, I like to call him Big Bad John Ruiz. John Ruiz was my favorite fighter. Y'all may not like John Ruiz, but I liked John Ruiz for what he did. So he went up to fight John Ruiz. John Ruiz had a belt. He beat John Ruiz for the belt. Then Tarver said, look, I want to fight you next. He went all the way down to 175. And he got brutally knocked out. I believe that fight was at 175. He got brutally knocked out by Tarver, okay? So we don't know what's going to happen when Canelo beats this Ilunga Makabu guy. And if he goes down, let's say Gennady want to pull some garbage crap, say, look, I got two belts. You know, you ain't do nothing. You come to 160, right? So let's say he does that. Okay, then Gennady's gonna be like, look, I done something. I got two belts. Canelo Alvarez, hell no. You come up to 75, okay? Let's say they fight at a catch weight. Let's say 160. I don't know, guys. 170 or 165, right? It's going to be. This fight's going to be either way, okay? We might see slow Golovkin. I'm going to say have a small margin to beat Canelo Alvarez. This is why I'm saying Golovkin could beat Canelo Alvarez by a small margin, because we don't know how Canelo Alvarez is going to look at a heavier weight in the ring. Canelo Alvarez might perform really good at cruiserweight. Then if he goes back down, he's not going to look as good. And his speed, his timing, his reflexes is going to be off, because he's going to be used to that guy punching slow. And Canelo Alvarez has great counter punch ability, but when he goes back down, which I think Golovkin has nothing left for Canelo Alvarez. I think Golovkin is going with the win at this point. But if Golovkin just magically just puts on a show and make Canelo Alvarez look bad and potentially get a knockout against him, that's going to be another scenario where Canelo Alvarez damn near goes to basically a bus stop away from heavyweight. Then he drops all the way back down to either the 160s or the 170s, and he, loses. That's going to be a huge deal. Everybody's going to say, oh, Canelo Alvarez was never good. He lost to a guy in Golovkin, So that's how it's going to be. And a lot of people say, Canelo needs to clean up super middleweight. I said it myself. I think he should do. At the end of the day, it's Canelo Alvarez. He can do whatever he wants. He may face criticism from a lot of people that wants to see him fight the best of the best, like Demetrius Andrade. We know the history with Canelo Alvarez, okay? But at the end of the day, this guy's a fighter. He's got to do what it takes to support his family, which his family is wealthy. Never have to worry about money again. So now I believe this is just me. I believe he's going to get $30 million from Makabu. This is just a scenario. I think he's probably going to accumulate $30 million because nobody knows who Makabu is, and Canelo Alvarez is a super huge star. But with that being said, guys, be expecting Makabu in May of next year and Gennady Golovkin on Cinco de Mayo week in September. Okay, so in Mexico, I believe so. I could be wrong, but in Mexico. But with that being said, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.